Hello and welcome back to Hannah and Nick's Motorhome Adventures. I want to talk to you today about driving abroad, especially in Europe, and what you will need to take in order to make sure that you are compliant to everybody's rules and regulations in the different countries. Now, before I start, I do want to say that today is the 13th of July 2023, and as it stands, it is up to date. However, there are ever-changing rules, so it's always good to check out the AA or the RAC website. They have important information on there and they will update it all the time. So yeah, like I said, 13th of July, as it stands, this is correct. But always check it out. So, first things first, a UK sticker on the back of your motorhome or the back of your car or however you're travelling. So you need a big UK sticker on the back of your motorhome. It used to be GB, but now it's UK. So make sure that you have one of them in a prominent position so they can tell. High visibility jackets. So with the high vis jackets, you need to make sure that you've got one per person in your vehicle. So for myself and Hannah, we have two, one each. If you are in a situation where you have to pull over on a main road, then you need to, when you get out, you need to make sure that you're putting on your high visibility jackets on the side of the road. Bulbs and fuses, in fact. So if you have a bulb go out, rather than panicking trying to find somewhere, take some spares with you. You're probably always going to need them anyway, so yeah, takes away the stress of trying to find it if you're in Spain and potentially not speaking the language, and you've got them to hand. Triangles. Now, when I was talking about the ever-changing rules, now this is this is one of the things that looks like it's going to be an ever-changing rule, but you've got your warning triangle that sits 50 meters so it will sit down 50 meters behind where you've broken down. Now, the ever-changing rule is that it looks like they're coming away from using the triangles because of the safety risk of you walking down the carriageway 50 meters behind your car or your vehicle and being run over, because there's obviously traffic there. But as it stands, it's still in effect a triangle 50 meters behind your car. Now, as I understand it as well, if you are a resident of Spain, then I speak of Spain, but yeah, if you're a resident, then you have to carry two, but as a visitor, you only need one. So yeah, this one to read up about, because like I said, ever-changing rules and regulations. Coins and debit cards. If you have been to Europe before, you might have some spare euros knocking around. It's always good to have some local currency to pay for maybe little things, and also your debit card as well. Debit and credit cards, you might get charged, so you might want to look around for a bank that doesn't give you any charges while you're using your money abroad. No one wants to pay extra charges, so yeah, have a look, see if you're going to be using your card a lot. Probably best to shop around and have a little Google on what's best for you. Toll roads. So when we travelled down through France, we hit, I think, pretty much every toll road on the way down there. We just wanted to get to Spain as soon as possible. We went in end of January. It was cold in France, but it was 15 degrees when we hit Spain, so we just wanted that winter warmth. But we didn't have a problem, so that obviously two of us, you obviously have to drive on the other side of the road the minute you cross over the channel, and the toll road, all the toll booths are on. You're driving there and all the toll booths are on your left hand side. As there was two of us, it wasn't a problem. Hannah just leant out the window, tapped the card, and away we went. But if you're travelling on your own, you have to get out, tap, walk back in. It's not the end of the world. However, I am aware that there is a tag system, so you pay an upfront fee. I think it's around about the £50 mark, not 100% sure, and then it charges your card. So as you drive up, the barrier opens and you're straight through. So it's something you might want to consider, but for us it wasn't a necessity. Whilst we wanted to get down into Spain as soon as possible, we're not in any rush. We can stop for a few seconds while we tap a card. So Eurotunnel, I would suggest the Eurotunnel to anybody travelling down into France. It was so quick and so easy. They made the whole process simple, quick, friendly. We even used the pet passport area, and that was just quick and simple as well. So yeah, 35 minutes is what it took us. About an hour all in from queuing up and driving over. So yeah, we had a good result there. But yeah, I suggest for everybody, if quick, simple, easy, 35 minutes and you're in France, job's good. Healthcare cards and insurance. You can still get the healthcare cards. Type it into Google, and also make sure you've got some health insurance. You are abroad, they will not take kindly to anybody who falls ill, God forbid, and has to use the system, and it could end up costing you a lot of money. So make sure that you've got your insurance. It's also handy to have a first aid kit. Nothing fancy, just some simple things just to help you if you do have an accident. Like I said, we've got a few things in there, but nothing over the top, because if you need stuff over the top, then you need to go to and see a healthcare professional. So while we were over in France and Spain, we were mostly off-grid wild camping, and for that we use Search for Sites and Park for Nights. Search for Sites is £6, and that's the one that we use the most, but every now and then we do go on Park for Nights to top up what is, or Search for Sites is fantastic, and but every now and then you need Park for Nights just for a different option. I know a lot of people that use Park for Nights and then maybe top up with Search for Sites, but yeah, for us, Search for Sites has been absolutely brilliant and saved us an absolute fortune. Also, make sure you've got 2 or 3 different options for where you're looking at staying. If you get to the first one and it's full, you don't then want to start scrambling around for a second place to stay. So make sure you've got 2 or 3 options. I've always got 3 options of where we're staying, so that if we're stuck, I just punch the details into the sat nav and away we go to the second one, and if that's full, then third. Luckily enough, touch wood, we haven't ever had to get to the third one. Sometimes the second one, but never the third one, so as of yet. So headlamp stickers. So because you're driving on the other side of the road, your headlamps won't line up and will dazzle the drivers on the other side of the road. So you need to get some headlamp stickers to stick over your headlamps, and to make sure that you aren't dazzling people if you're driving in the dark or through tunnels, etc. One of your main things you need to make sure you've got copies of your insurance and you've got your driving licenses as well. If you're asked to provide these, then it's always better to have these to hand rather than worrying and scrambling around for it. On top of what we were talking about for Search for Sites, you've got Camping Axi card. Now, we've not got one of these, but I know a lot of places, people that go to sites I can understand that getting one of these would be beneficial, because there's a lot of places abroad, a lot of sites abroad that take this Axi card, and you get a discount off of the site on production of this card. We didn't stay on many sites at all, so we didn't need one. It wouldn't have been worthwhile for us, because obviously, like everything, there's a charge to it. All the stuff I've talked about is available, and this isn't an advert or anything, because I know everything I've shown you is AA, but there's a reason. So I went to Halfords and they did a bag with everything you need to travel abroad. They do their own brand one as well, but there was a little bit more in the AA one. I think it cost about £30, and then it just sits in. It all sits in the bag, and if and when you need it, it's there to grab. It's not very big, but it fits everything in neatly. So, like I said, it's not an advert for AA, it's not an advert for Halfords, but it's just a helpful guide for you guys. If you want to buy everything separate, fine, go for it. Go on Amazon, go on eBay, whatever. But for me, it was a case of, it's all in one bag. It's £30. It's got everything that you need to travel abroad. So that's it. If you've got any questions at all about travelling abroad or driving in Europe, please don't hesitate to get in contact with us. Drop us a message, and we'll be happy to talk to you or message you back. So yeah, thank you very much for watching. Make sure you're liking the video if you like it. If you don't like it anyway. Make sure you're subscribing to our page and clicking on the notifications to make sure that our notifications come up when we do videos, which we've been a bit slack because we've just been so busy, but hopefully now we can settle down and catch up. We need to do our video on Scotland and Skye and Harris, because that was just the most amazing trip I think we've ever done out of this world, but that's for another video. Yeah, we're also on Facebook, we're on Instagram, we're on TikTok, so if you don't follow us already, make sure you're keeping up with the Stowies, or Hannah and Nick's Motorhome Adventures will take you there. So thank you all very much, and speak to you all soon. Bye.